Back with Will and Vince here. Talk a little bit of basketball. The SEC ACC Challenge was announced this week, and the Vols got on paper, it's not, it's a good name, but it's not a great program is the way it looks. Is Syracuse. They haven't made the NCAA tournament for 3 straight seasons, which is stunning. Of course, this will be the second year under their new coach since Jim Boeheim retired. But let's take a look at the overall list here. These are the games we know about. I don't think I left anyone out, but I may have. At Louisville this year, and Louisville's got a first-year head coach. So they're not what, again, name is better than the actual program. Syracuse, Miami, you're going to play them at Madison Square Garden. At Illinois as part of a home-and-home from last year. They will face 2 out of 3, Baylor, St. John's, or Virginia in the Bahamas. So you could have 4 games against ACC teams. And then you got Florida, Kentucky, Vandy twice each in the SEC, and then you play the other 12 SEC teams once each. Will, overall thoughts on the schedule there? Again, if you just look at brand names, hey, that's what you want. I mean, Rick Barnes, he plays the name.
Yeah, big names, not great programs, though. A lot of programs that are in flux are just coming off of historically bad seasons. Look, that's hot garbage. If I'm just going to be completely honest with you.
You think that's hot garbage?
That's terrible. It's
terrible.
terrible.
Come on, that's better than UNC Asheville.
I'd rather you play College of Charleston. I'd rather you play a lot of the other quality mid-majors than you're giving me a bunch of big names that haven't done anything and aren't going to do anything.
Well, part of it, he didn't schedule Syracuse. The ACC, SEC handed him that one.
That was part of it, is that's not great.
They signed a deal with Louisville.
The Louisville thing's smart because also you're going there the first year they rebuild, and then maybe year 2 they come here and you have a better chance. So I think the Louisville one can be good.
Illinois home and home, that's not bad.
Last year you played everybody. Last year, this past season,
Miami's
you played
a good program.
Up and down, depending on how the NIL's going in Miami right now. I think that's as weak of a Rick Barnes non-conference slate as I have ever seen, because he usually does play everyone. Now, maybe part of it is the relationships he has, or because of all the flux with conference expansion, a lot of people say, I don't know how tough our conference is going to be. Let's duck out of this. You played everybody last year, and you play a bunch of bums this year. With big names.
Bunch of bums.
Big name bums.
If I'm buying
Jobbers.
season tickets.
That's what they are, Vince.
I'm buying season tickets to Tennessee. They play better named schools than anybody else, and sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down, but they are playing names. That beats the hell out of their football schedules.
It does, you're right.
Beats the living hell out of their football schedules.
Absolutely right.
All right, Vince, I got a question for you. Dalton Connect has been invited to attend the NBA draft in a couple of weeks. I've seen him picked anywhere from 8 to 12 in most mock drafts. There are only 3 guys, let's put up the full screen here, only 3 guys in Tennessee history have gone in the top 10, which is stunning. 1968, your highest draft pick ever. Man, that's a trivia question that you're going to win anytime. Tom Boerwinkle, the highest ranked or highest drafted Vol in history. Bernard King, number 7. Dale Ellis, number 9. And looking at this list, I would have forgotten where King and Ellis went, because in my mind, they are New York Knicks, Washington Bullets, and then Ellis was a Seattle Supersonic. Vince, my question, in a couple of weeks, will Dalton Connect be on that list and be the 4th top 10 pick in Vol history?
I believe so. In talking to draft analysts, several of them, that's where he comes up. The San Antonio Spurs, to me, would be the absolute best fit. They have 2 picks in the top 8, at 4 and number 8. He's had workouts with private workouts with the Trailblazers at 7, the Jazz at 10. Memphis has been mocked a lot.
Yeah, anybody that comes from Tennessee gets mocked to Memphis.
Yeah,
and they've gotten some of them too.
Yeah, that's just easy. But he's diverse on scheme. He had an outstanding NBA combine. To me, 7 to 10 is a sweet spot, but he's been anywhere from 5 to 12. I think definitely, I think he'll be a top 10 pick.
Good job, Vince. You win the segment. Will.
The Bob schedule for Tennessee. A bunch of bums.
All right. When we come back, we now have a good idea of when all the Vol football games will be. Were there any surprises when the start windows were released? Come on back on the Sports Source.